Hello and welcome everybody to round 3 coverage of the 2020 Jonesboro Open presented by Prodigy Disc and Played Against Sports. I'm Brian Earhart, joined again with Luke Humphries from Team Prodigy and a native to Arkansas. What's up, man?
That is correct, sir. Man, not much. Always a pleasure being with you here on the mic, watching some coverage. We have a fantastic card of guys that throw it literally far.
We have 4 people with world-class distance here.
Yep.
We have Kevin Jones, we have Thomas Gilbert, we have Chris Dickerson, and we have Garrett Gurthie. This is going to be an absolute treat. Yet again, thank you to everyone who's supporting Gatekeeper Media, YouTube, Patreon. Thank you so much. As you can see here, we have 4 competitors that have shot solid first and second rounds.
Yep.
Kevin actually fighting back after a rough first round, 3 under par. He came back with a 9 in round 2.
Jumped all the way up to the chase card.
He is hungry, and as you see, there's some room to make some moves on this leaderboard.
Yeah, and we got Ezra Aderhold and Trevor Harbold also at 12 under, so there's a bunch of guys packed up there near the top. Here we are at hole 1.
And hole 1 was windy again.
Yeah.
We had the wind pick up. Round 2, it kind of died a little bit. We had a little bit milder conditions. Round 3, the weather was nice, but we did have that classic Jonesboro swirly wind, so we'll see how these players attack this course.
And it's never fully headwind or downwind, but if the first 2 rounds were downwind, this round's headwind.
Garrett's going with Wraith, throwing a little bit more hyzer and getting the nose up on it a little bit more.
Good grief.
He's ready to go. Oh, my God. All right.
So you're not throwing any drives in the practice area. There's only a net, and you kind of just have to use your imagination and understand where you're throwing the disc. And Garrett obviously doesn't even need to.
With how steep of a hyzer he threw that on and how high he threw it to manage that headwind, that's a great way to start the round.
Really incredible. We got Chris in the plaid.
Little low. I think the headwind's going to shove it right. He's up there. I'm not sure if he's going to want to run it from that spot, but
You're probably right. He skipped past the tree, though, so he won't have any problems getting that one up and down. And the Canadian, the young kid, just an absolute smasher.
yes, complete freak of nature with the disc. And he will be in nature, that's for sure, on this drive. Pulled it a little bit right. Hopefully he stayed safe. I believe there is potentially some out of bounds out there if you do go far enough right.
Yep, that's right.
Hard hyzer out of the hand from Kev, and that's still turning over, but that's flexing out so nicely.
Great shot from
30
him.
short, potentially.
Yep. Just outside the circle, it looked like.
Thomas pitches out to kind of a tester putt here.
Yeah, not the way you want to start your first.
Potentially a safe run from Chris.
Yeah, I think so.
Kev is not going to be taking any strokes for granted today. Oh, just left.
In addition to being one of the longest throwers in the world, Thomas is a ridiculous putter as well. I love his stroke.
Yeah, one of the cleanest spin putts that I've ever seen.
Yep, yep.
Unfortunate miss there for him. He's going to tap in a bogey to start the round. And like you said, these first 3 holes, not a lot of people are birdieing all of them.
Nope. Now, if you get 2 of the 3, you're putting yourself in a 5% club to start.
And Garrett with a park job, picture-perfect shot off the tee. Landed on the strong side of the basket.
That's got to do so much for his confidence going into
yeah.
the rest of the course. He's thrown the disc. He's going to throw a whole bunch right here. Perfect. You know, what a better way to start.
Couple pars, a birdie, and a bogey, and we will move on to hole number 2. 820 feet, par 4. You have to get left right away off the tee, but also push distance as well. So you have to be throwing something with a little bit of flip at the high speed, just so as you are bending this corner, you're not crashing out early left, just to set yourself up for some sort of uphill, low ceiling shot to this green. All these players have this little flip up hyzer out of their hand.
Yep, exactly. If there's one hole you're going to bogey in the first 3, it's this one.
Yeah.
Got to get it through that gap initially. Anything that hits doesn't drop in a good spot.
Kind of a conservative play, actually, there from Garrett. I'm not even sure if he threw distance driver on that shot.
No, I think it was a Firebird.
Again, these players are all just wanting to not take the big number to start the round early. Yeah. Dickerson, as you can see, not challenging the ceiling at all.
And he got so much ground play there. Not sure if you guys saw that, but it triple skipped, it looked like.
That's a common miss when you're throwing this type of push hyzer. A little bit too early. We'll see where he's at.
What?
Okay.
Not what I expected. But he's got so much power.
Yeah, I think he landed in a pretty decent spot.
Not even worrying about the gap.
Big flick turnover from Kevin. That's got to keep coming, though. That's actually fine.
Yeah, out in the field. Yeah, he should have a hyzer in from there. It's not where you typically see players. But there's so much space out here at Disc Side of Heaven. Oh, there's a couple holes where you can miss 200 feet and
still be able to get up and down.
Yeah, you're fine.
Garrett, again, putting that Wraith nice and high, letting it flex out, giving it enough room, and he's going to have a 30-footer.
Going past the basket. Uh-oh.
Kind of a flippier shot from Thomas. That was so close to being a perfect turnover shot.
It was late flipping at first. I thought OB left for sure, but it just continued. Was it a mid-range, I think?
Mid-range or some sort of slow fairway driver. Here's Chris throwing a really clean flex shot.
Thank you.
I think that's circle one.
Yeah, push the ceiling as far as you can. Look like a putter at a Kev.
Just a bit low.
Yeah.
I loved his play in the second shot, though. Put himself out in that field.
Just pick up some distance. Oh.
And that's a putter. That's just a straight-up putter from Thomas. That's something he really practiced during quarantine, he mentioned. That's a new skill he developed.
Been watching Ricky do it so well. Kev just barely off again. Back-to-back jump putts where he's caught a little bit of would-be metal if the pad wasn't there. But
whoa. Just on the perimeter of circle one. Chris gets to step it. Kind of a misfire.
Knew right away, too.
Yeah.
Not something you see from him. And maybe fortunate that it didn't catch a roll out of bounds because Blaine over there is standing on the OB line, I believe.
And here's Garrett. Safe drive off the tee. I think it looked like he went Firebird. And then Wraith. And now he's past the basket in 2 shots.
Firebird Wraith.
Just wanted to take the par, potentially a birdie. There it is. Dropping it in.
Wow, 2 for 2.
Chris has a little bit of a tester here. He's 20, 25, 28 feet.
Mm. Yeah, I think his signature step putt is characterized by a nose-up floatiness, and that last one that he threw was just harder than normal.
Great putt.
But he knows he can do that. Isn't worried about the comebacker. I don't know how many of you at home listening can say that.
It's a definite skill to have. When you have those 25, 30 footers dialed in, it makes it so much easier to run the basket from longer distances. Hole number 3, one of the longer par 3s in the course, 435 feet, kind of a mini version of hole 1. We did have a tiny bit of wind pushing. A lot of players are going to be throwing these right-handed backhand flex shots. Looks like Garrett's probably going to pull out either a Wraith or a fairway driver again.
That is a great guess. And this looks fantastic if it hooks up.
Good shot. Thank you.
Yeah.
25, 28 feet.
Yeah, exactly where he was last hole.
That was a little high out of Chris's hand. Whoa. Yeah, and he's going to be circle 2. That's short left.
Yeah, there's some swirly winds out
Yeah.
here. May have gotten a bad read. Felt something that wasn't there.
Ooh, a slow and methodical throw from Thomas.
Really was.
Almost like a Nico LaCastro style flex shot. That was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And nice and high from Kev. Gives it enough room to kind of cut back to the left. He's going to be about circle's edge as well.
Yeah, that looked great. This will be the longest look. Everybody else is circle 1 or edge of.
Oh,
From outside circle 2, that was 75
that
feet.
was very clean. And just low again for Thomas. That's another one. Same putt as he had on hole 1. Uh-oh. That is a turkey to start the round for Garrett.
Man is feeling himself to start the round. 3 for 3. There we go.
Kev gets back to even after that birdie.
Yeah, so Garrett, 3 for 3. I mean, he's thrown his name into the mix. It doesn't matter what lead card's doing. I'm 3 for 3.
Yeah, that's an amazing way to start this course. And we will see you on hole number 4.
Hi, this is Dave Felberg, the 2008 Disc Golf World Champion, and I'm here today to talk to you about Pro Pool and their training products. I used to be a dipper. Some people are rounders. To break that habit, you need a Pro Pool. You hook it up to a wall or tree, it'll break your habit. New release, practice poles. You put them together, you stick them in the ground, there's a flag on top, you throw around them, help you accuracy, prepare for your tournament without having to go to the course. This has been Dave Felberg with Pro Pool Disc Golf. Go to propooldiscgolf.com and try our products today.
Moving into hole number 4, kind of the bomber's paradise hole.
Yeah.
We do have this route that the drone is flying. Low ceiling shot. You can get a pretty fortunate skip with this short hard pan grass here. Righties on this card especially are going to be bombing a hyzer out to the right. Again, the OB is very generous on this course compared to years, tournaments previously. They can just let it rip on this hole.
Yeah, they can. And I think, viewers, people at home, people who don't play this course as often that have seen this coverage think that everybody goes right, and that is a fallacy. That is not true. The majority of the players are going up that middle. This is something that only the upper echelon or people nearby can pull off.
Exactly. That was a huge drive from Garrett. Similar to his drive in round 2. Kev gets a little low and flat on it, but it actually might be okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think he's like 50 feet shy of pin high. I'd put that one at 5.5.
Yeah, that might have been 550. And there's Dickerson with a little more disciplined hyzer.
Oh, yeah. Really not that shy of Garrett's shot. That was huge. Chris, generates so much power.
And Thomas just sneaks away with not hitting that tree.
Looked like he may have gone right of it.
Oh, and he's in the OB bunker, I believe.
Not only can this bunker obviously add a stroke to your score, but it can also impede your view of the hole. We'll see how good Thomas can pull this off. That was a Nova.
We didn't see an OB marker graphic, but that was a fantastic upshot from Thomas. He might have actually been safe. I'm not sure.
We'll see at the end. Yeah, that's a good point. Chill.
630 feet. We have standstill putter approaches here from these players. Kevin's throwing chip shot, flick.
Yeah, a little A3 out of him. And Garrett's 120 feet out again. It was too easy. It was almost too easy,
When you have that much speed, it's just a lot of holes at Jonesboro become a lot easier.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be able to shape a shot 550 feet, but to throw a pure hyzer 530 feet, it's just such an easier skill to execute.
4 for 4.
He's...
Don't matter what lead card's doing. I'm 4 for 4. I'm coming. I love it.
Yeah, that's just simple execution for Garrett. He's throwing the Wraith really well right now.
Yeah, breaking this course down.
Yeah, playing the wind really well.
Yeah. He's picking large holes and throwing, I mean, aggressive shots on safe lines.
So hole number 5, another place for Garrett to be able to throw one of these giant hyzers. But I'm assuming our card is all going to go for the green on this one. 495 feet. They can go up the gut and shape a shot. Or if you do have the speed and power, you can swing one wide and try to throw this 500-foot hyzer like Garrett's about to do.
The hyzer is so stupid. You have to crush. Did he catch a little something?
It felt like he did, but that's coming in. Oh, no. And he's 3 feet from out of bounds. That was going to hit so perfectly.
A little bit soggy right there. No skip.
That looks a little better from Kevin.
Just gave it more height.
That's a huge hyzer. Oh, my gosh. There it is. There's
drops like a lawn dart.
There's a 500-foot hyzer for you. That's what it looks like.
Yep.
And Dickerson doesn't like throwing the hyzer, but again, similar mistake.
It was, yeah.
That he made in round 2.
I almost feel like I'm watching the same shot.
It's almost like there was a right to left cross they had, and he just couldn't get the nose down.
Thomas laying up.
I think maybe if he had not taken the bogey on hole 1, I think he potentially would have gone for it.
Yeah, if that drive had gone differently. That's a good point. He was running that putt, though, I bet.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got such a long jump putt. His range with that thing is, you know, a couple hundred feet.
It's pretty wild.
I think it has to do with how big his hands are.
No, for sure. He's 6'4", 6'5".
Right.
He looks like you are playing a disc golf video game and created a character.
Yeah, right.
And put all the stats into power.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it happens super fast, like when he's throwing his distance drivers, but in person, there's an unraveling of his arm and his hand.
Yes.
It is, I mean,
he generates more revs than a lot of players that we have
exactly
on tour.
Yeah, his discs stay in the air.
And as Thomas knocks down his par putt from 25 feet, Chris is going to take that bogey after, again, failing to commit to the flex line.
I wonder if that was an FX2.
Here's Garrett for his, I believe, a 4.
Yeah, bogey.
Kind of a tester. You hear the wind whipping.
Yeah. It would just pick up all of a sudden.
Good putt.
Cash. Just a little pop.
He's going to go back down to 3 under par.
Kev, this would be a great birdie, especially with the way the round started. Seems like one of the more windy moments of the round so far.
You could just tell he was rattled. He stopped himself twice.
I play a lot of golf with Kevin. I don't see him stop once he started his lowering of his body. I don't see him stop very often.
That's some second guessing that must have happened there. Unfortunate there for Kevin. He'll take a par. We move into hole number 6. 6, 7, and 8 are all holes that are pretty easily birdieable if you just throw a decent tee shot.
Yep.
We did have a little bit of wind on this hole.
Yeah, I was right to left this day.
And like you said, he did not get any on that shot. And he's going to be out of bounds.
Uncharacteristic start from Kevin. We just don't see it very often from him. He's an incredible player just coming off that win on the Pro Tour in Vermont.
And Thomas getting to make an adjustment, throws a little bit flatter and more direct of a line.
Yeah, it looked like a putter. Great shot from him. Just like a 30% rock 3 out of Garrett.
Yeah, for real. And he hits the wall. He'll be good.
It looks like more of a dance sometimes with Garrett. Like, did he actually even throw that?
Yeah, especially on his touch shots. He really backs off of the disc. And it's really interesting on a 315-foot hole that he leans on a rock 3. And Dickerson just throws putter and throws picture perfect.
So nice.
Great shot. This drop zone is no joke either.
No.
Again, he fails to kind of correct the crosswind. He's going to be about 25 deep.
First missed putt of the round for Garrett.
There it is.
Good stick from Kevin.
And he's going to stay at even par. Definitely some frustration coming from him. Thomas creeps to under par for the first time all round.
Yeah, all these guys in a position to win a pro tour. I think that, you know, there's just more pressure going on in somebody's head than it looks on the outside.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I mean, they started within a few strokes of the lead starting on this card. And, you know, similar to someone missing a free throw in the NBA, everyone wonders, you know, how they could possibly do that. But it's just added pressure on the tour.
Yep.
Hole number 7, uphill par 4 off the tee, 615 feet. Again, pick a side. High hyzer to the left to give yourself a more direct shot at the basket. Max distance line or roller off to the right side to give yourself a little bit touchier shot at the basket. As you can see, the right side is guarding this basket by some pretty mature trees. Pretty par for the course at Jonesboro.
Yeah, definitely is. I'd put this one at like the top 3 most gettable holes on the course. You step up to it. You don't have to get a ton of distance off the tee to give yourself a great line in. So hyzering in front of this tree is where you'll see the majority of people go.
And it looks like Thomas from this angle did not land in a good spot.
No, I bet he was just trying to smash it around the tree. And like we're saying, Chris, who's got all the power, trying to get left of the tree, and I don't even know if he did.
Yeah, he might have to throw some sort of trick shot. Here's another wraith from Garrett.
Garrett's play has been yak all week, and he does
Oh my God!
He's even just gonna, he'll go around the tree and he'll put himself back into the middle of the fairway. Wow. He's really throwing great today. Like, he throws far a lot. He's throwing really far today. He's throwing it really accurately.
He's really dictating the entire flight of the disc.
Yes. That.
Dickerson short enough to where he can throw a flick. He'll be about 20 from the basket.
Yeah, there's a little fence there. He's on the good side of that fence. Kevin A3.
Oh no. He'll still be in circle 1, but man, that was hunting the basket.
Yeah, it's only a 10-inch wide tree. Kevin's, you know, just looking for a break at this point.
Yeah. Thomas throwing kind of a swooping hyzer into the basket. That's going to be solid. And here's Garrett with the forehand.
Ooh, a little unicorn forehand.
And
He's
that's the
great
best
at
one.
It, though.
Yeah.
He never does it, but he's so good at it.
There you go, Kev.
Yes. Good putt from Kev. Got a little unlucky with that tree. Didn't let it bother him. Bang the putt.
It's always good to capitalize when you get kind of a rough tree kick on a shot you think is going to be, you know, super good.
Like a 5-foot tap in or something.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of gusty little green right here. You can see the road in a neighborhood just behind it. And I think the wind picks up over there and kind of just comes over the hill. Either way, I don't think you can predict this one 100%.
Ooh, a little bit low from Chris, but sneaks in for the birdie.
Yep. Whatever it takes.
Exactly. Like we said, 6, 7, and 8 are 3 holes that you should feel very comfortable getting a turkey on consistently, especially with this type of distance.
Yeah, if you're thinking about winning the tournament.
Exactly. Thomas taps in the birdie, as will Garrett. That is going to complete our star frame.
Yeah. Well played from these guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like we thought. Garrett keeping that Momentum going 19 under. Chris and Thomas tied. Kev, slow start, lots of holes. There's a par 5 that's really equalable.
Absolutely. And hole number 8 here, we had actually kind of a favorable wind. It was a little bit of a left to right, slight crosswind. Turnovers were working a little bit better. Flicks were working a little bit better.
If you exposed a bunch of that flight plate, though, you could lose it on this day.
And Thomas, oh my, no.
Stop.
Okay. Solid flick from Thomas. And that's the whole trick is it's almost like you're sawing it off a lot sooner than you think.
Yep.
You want it to finish the hyzer outside of your flight, out of your line of sight. And that's when you know it's a good shot.
Yep.
Garrett going big turnover. Oh my gosh, come on in.
Oh my goodness.
One of the prettiest types of flights in disc golf, in my opinion.
Agreed.
A towering anhyzer that flattens at the end of the flight. Great shot.
I mean, the whole shot takes longer.
Yeah.
It's just like you just stand there and you know it's good for like that much longer.
Yeah. And then Kevin just gets the job done. Overstable flick.
Wow.
Welcome to the modern world.
Yeah.
Dickerson knocks down the birdie.
That's a good start for another star frame. Oh, yeah. Thomas's arms are like 12 feet long, so...
This is actually a normal height basket for him.
Yeah, and he only had to throw that one 3 feet. There we go. Star frame from the guys. Back-to-back holes. That's why they're on the chase card.
Hole number 9. Luke, what is the play here for a right-handed player?
I'd say throw one straight on a hyzer flip. The thought is to move left just to avoid trees and all that, but the lefter you go, the less that you're able to throw it into this green. It's a tricky approach.
Exactly. The more left you go, the more you have to contend with this giant guardian tree that could send you 50 feet from the basket. It could
Or
put
down
you
in the pond.
Exactly.
Yeah. Does it get lower every year too? Is it going to be like
It feels like it.
growing into the grass next year?
Thomas going a little high. That's going to push a little more left than he'd like.
He might even...
No.
Yeah, the right to left wind on this hole, and just the fact that you're teeing off so elevated allows that disc to move left. This is good.
Yeah, this
Cut
is
right in front of it.
That's going to be decent.
Yeah.
Like you heard Chris say, that's going to be fine.
There's 2 plateaus. He's in the middle of them, so he'll have an uphill run up.
Yeah.
Wraith.
There's another wraith from Garrett.
Oh, this is large. This is going where Thomas's went, but maybe further. Oh my goodness.
I think he's going to have something. And there's that left gap too. There's that little like hole in the trees.
That thing stayed in the air so long that I almost think that he's cut off. We'll see.
And Kevin opts for a flex sidearm. He threw it a little high, but I think he's going to have a more open look to the basket.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
there it
his
is.
Purple D1 he loves throwing hyzers with. He's in the circle.
That's a great play.
That is. Forehand gets him to the right.
Instead of going backhand hyzer and then having to throw this as your second shot.
This is touchy. And oh, my goodness. That's the best I've seen that thrown.
Chris's sidearm is really, like, it was good before, but this season I've been seeing so many more tools being utilized from him.
Yeah. It's quick. It's compact.
He can flick mid-range. He can flick fairway. Solid skill set from Chris.
Not many weaknesses in that guy's game. This is fading out early.
I think he should be okay.
What?
Oh my gosh, no way.
Long right. Okay.
And Kevin letting us know where it landed. Long right, he said.
Long right's kind of pond area.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then
Stop.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good save for par.
Okay, so these ropes aren't out of bounds. That's a spectator area. Oh, and he was left with nothing.
Almost, yeah. Did not look like he had much.
Enough to putt just outside the circle. Yeah.
That's just such smart golf from Kevin.
Yeah.
He knew exactly where he theoretically wanted to be. He
Yeah.
knew what his second shot looked like in his mind. And he did not throw what anybody else was throwing. I don't think I've seen a flex sidearm from any other player in the division that's at the top.
Him and Austin, I think, are the only people that I saw do it. Hannum, who's got a great forehand, was doing it as well. Those guys, good friends. Maybe they discussed it and decided it was the play.
Dickerson getting his 4th birdie in a row.
Is that good?
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it's solid.
There's another guy that knows what 4 in a row looks like.
Garrett is going to be moving to 4 under par. As you can see, pretty solid round for our card. Nothing too crazy, but again, everyone's playing solid. Garrett and Dickerson at 4 under par. Thomas and Kevin at 3. We have the scoreable back 9 and an exciting finish to our tournament.
Yes, and we've got some guys on fire. Calvin Heinberg smashing already. 7 under, setting the pace, jumping back up into a tie with Macbeth, I believe.
Yeah, and thank you so much to all the patrons for Gatekeeper Media. Again, make sure to subscribe to them on YouTube, and we will catch you on the back 9.